Hello gamers, and welcome to my new Let's Play. This is Gothic. A little bit about this game. I played it around the time that it was pretty new, which was many years ago, at a friend's house, and I was introduced to the series through those means. And at first, when I first played it, I was intrigued by it. I think that's the best word to describe my first experience with Gothic, is intrigued. He let me borrow it, and I started to really like the game, I remember. The problem for me was, getting through the hurdle of the controls, because it was very different from any game that I've played up until that point, in terms of controls and mechanics. Up until that point, I had played a lot of sort of turn-based computer RPGs, games like Baldur's Gate, stuff like that, so this was pretty new to me. I had played Elder Scrolls, I did have experience with Elder Scrolls, but nevertheless, Gothic is a beast of its own. It's very different, and it wasn't until years later that I would actually get a copy of Gothic for myself, and I ended up getting Gothic 2 as well. I don't have those original versions that or for Gothic 2, the original version of Gothic 2 that I got, I no longer have, unfortunately. I ended up buying this right here, Gothic 2, not that long ago actually, just because I found it really cheap and I thought, hey, it'd be cool to have the box again. This is one of those sort of newer small PC boxes, not those big boxes like they used to come. And here's the back, you guys can see. It's a pretty cool box. This is Gothic 2. It is not the gold edition, so it does not come with Night of the Raven. However, I do have, and this is, I actually never bought Gothic standalone. My friend let me borrow it. I played a lot of it. And then years later I got this, the Gothic Universe Collection, which comes with Gothic 1, Gothic 2, and the expansion, Gothic 2 Gold, and Gothic 3. And it's got a cool little foldy opening with some text there. And if you're interested in reading that, you can pause the video and look at that. It's a cool little collection box. And here's the back. Again, there's the 3 games, Gothic 1, Gothic 2 Gold, and Gothic 3. And this was where I finally got my second chance to play Gothic 1. And this was the way I actually played Gothic 2 Gold, because before I just had the regular Gothic 2. And also the first time I played Gothic 3 was on this. So this came out in 2007. I probably got it around 2008 or something. It was my first experience with Gothic 3 as well, which, well, it's not awful, at least not to me. I know a lot of people hate it. I don't hate it. It's certainly not my favorite in the series, and I do see why some people are frustrated by it, because it's nowhere near as good as the first 2. But I don't think it's, that bad either. I've played worse games. But anyway, back to Gothic 1. I like that game a lot. I think it's actually one of my favorite CRPGs, and the Gothic series is one of my favorite series in gaming in general. It's very unique, it's different, it's got its own sort of taste of RPG, and maybe I'm wrong, but I consider the series to be, especially the first 2 games at least, very hardcore. It might be due to the control scheme, I don't know, but I consider them to be difficult games which take a long time to master, and even a long time to just learn the basics, but a long time to master for sure. But the payoff is so great once you do, because you're in for one of the most engrossing and immersive role-playing experiences on the PC, I think. So for those reasons, I actually, we're starting with Gothic 1, but I do plan on playing through Gothic 2, for sure, absolutely, with the expansion. And I'd like to do Gothic 3, actually. If I play it and I find it to be just completely unbearable, I may drop it. So no guarantees on that one, but I'd like to at least try it. And regardless of how Gothic 3 turns out, I would like also to try out Gothic 4, which I should say Arcania Gothic 4, which I have. And I've also got the Risen series, Risen 1 and Risen 2, which are in many ways the true sort of spiritual successors of Gothic. And I have not played Arcania. I've not played Risen 2. I played about 20 minutes of Risen, the first one, and I thought it was pretty cool. But I just didn't pick it up, seriously. So this is going to be sort of my opportunity to play some of those games that I never got to play, and also to replay two of my favorite games of all time. And hopefully it'll be enjoyable for you guys. I should tell you that I will be playing Gothic, Gothic 2, Gold, and Gothic 3. I'll be playing all three of those. The GOG versions, the GOG.com versions. Those were some of the first games I downloaded off GOG, as soon as they became available at least. I've got all the little goodies and all the, what do they give you, the soundtracks? Or I don't know if they give you the soundtracks for those games, but all the like artworks and stuff. I have all three of those on GOG, and if we get to, and hopefully we will, but if we get to Arcania Gothic 4 and the two Risen games, those are going to be on Steam, in case anybody's wondering about any of this, But I'm excited. It's going to be nice to play Gothic 1 again. It's been a long, long time. I hardly remember it at all. I remember some of the big points of the storyline, but a lot of the details about the storyline, or even the game mechanics, it's going to be good to experience them again, but it's been a long time. It's going to be really fresh for me, fresh experience. And Gothic 2 is probably the one I played the most, because it is my favorite. But again, it's been at least 5 years since I played Gothic 2. I mean, we're like almost 2013. I don't think I played that game since like, I want to say 2007 or 2008 when I got this this Universe edition. I bought them on GOG, but I have not played them on GOG since then, just because of time and all that. So it's going to be fun to relive those games again and sort of remember why I placed them so high in my RPG list. And it's certainly going to be a learning experience for me, because I'm pretty much going to have to relearn the controls all over again. And undoubtedly, they are clunky. The controls in these games are clunky, and they're not basic and easy for a beginner, so it's going to be, a hurdle to get through starting these games anew. But I think it'll be worth it. Like I said, one thing that the Gothic series has taught me was that even though it's hard at first, and it's a hardcore game, and it's difficult, and the controls are a little tedious, the payoff is always great. So hopefully you guys will feel the same watching the videos as well, even though you may have to watch me struggle through some clunky controls. But it should be fun for all of us, I think, and hopefully we'll get through the entire series like I have planned. We're going to be doing a pretty thorough Let's Play of these, because I really like Gothic. I won't be using any sort of guide or anything like that, so it's pretty much, just me and the game. And I think that's pretty much all I wanted to say about Gothic as a series, and about the first game in particular. There's not much I want to say. I don't remember the storyline very well, other than just the very minimal stuff about it, the bare bones, which I won't be talking about anyway. But I'll let you guys sort of see that on your own. In case there's anybody who hasn't played the game, I wouldn't want to spoil anything. So it should be fun. Gothic, again, it's a great game. It does have flaws just like any other game, and if hopefully some of you haven't played it, and this will encourage you to play it, because if there's one particular RPG for the PC that I always try to recommend to people who like open-ended RPGs and just Western RPGs and stuff like that, it's the Gothic series, because I feel like it's very not underrated, but not that well known. So it's one that I always try to get people to check out. So hopefully these videos will have that effect, and hopefully for those of you who have played it, it'll be fun to relive some of the adventures that this series has to offer. So I say we get started and jump in to Gothic 1.
The kingdom of Murtana, united by King Robar II. During the long years of his reign, he was able to defeat all foes of his realm. All except one. The war against the orcs took its toll, and the prisoners of the realm were to pay the price. The king needed swords for his army, and every man guilty of a crime, no matter how insignificant, was forced to work in the ore mines of Khorinis. To make it impossible for them to escape, the king sent out the best magicians of the kingdom to create a magic barrier around the entire valley. I was one of them. Something disturbed the delicate structure of magic. We were trapped inside our own barrier. 1 second of negligence was enough for the prisoners. Khorinis was now under the control of the convicts. The king had no choice. He had to negotiate. He needed the ore. Month after month, the king supplied everything the prisoners needed. Month after month, they brought the ore to the edge of the barrier in exchange. Until the present day. Another convict was brought to the cliff. He did not know, but he would change everything.
In the name of King Robar II, bearer of the scepter of Verant, I sentence this convict to...
Stop! Convict, I've got an offer to make you. This letter must reach the leader of the Magicians of Fire.
You're wasting your time.
You may choose your own reward. They'll give you anything you ask for.
Very well, I'll take your letter. On one condition. Spare me the rest of his nonsense.
How dare you!
Keep silent. Right, send him in.
Welcome to the colony.
That's enough. Leave him alone. And now scram. Get up. I'm Diego.
I'm
not interested in who you are. You've just arrived. I look after the new arrivals. That's all for now. If you plan to stay alive for a while, you should talk to me. But of course, I won't keep you from choosing your own destruction. Well, what do you think?
Alright, so first of all, let me just apologize for the small window for the intro movie. It's the only way I could get Fraps to record the intro movie. When the videos were scaling, it just wasn't recording properly. So I figured it's better to have an intro in a small window than no intro at all. Just pretend you're playing a Sega CD game or something, you know, those of you who are old enough to remember that. I like that intro a lot, mostly because it's really funny near the end. But it sort of sets the tone for the game. So we're in here in this sort of prison area, and we were sent in with a letter that we were supposed to deliver, and then we could get whatever we wanted as a reward. So this is Diego, who just saved our hides from those guys that were bullying us. So I say we take him up on his offer to help us around. Okay, what do I need to know about this place? Why did you help me? And I have a letter for High Magician of the Circle of Fire. Let's go with that, though it's probably not a good idea to let everybody know that you have that.
I have a letter for the High Magician of the Circle of Fire.
Really?
I was given it by a mage shortly before they threw me in here.
You're lucky I can't afford to show my face around the mages anymore. Anyone else would gladly slit your throat for that letter. That's because the mages pay their couriers a lot, and most people here don't have anything. If I were you, I'd shut up until I met one of the mages. Although in your situation, that's not likely to happen.
Why not?
The mages are in the castle in the old camp. Only Gomez's people are allowed to enter the castle.
Okay, so the mages are in the castle in the old camp. Who's Gomez?
Who's Gomez?
Gomez is the most powerful ore baron. He's the boss of the old camp, the most powerful man in the colony.
Okay. Why did you help me?
Why did you help me?
Because you needed help. Otherwise, Bullet and his boys might have killed you. And I couldn't just stand by and watch, because I came all this way to make a suggestion.
A suggestion?
Yes. After this little incident with Bullet and his guys, you should be aware now that you need protection. Everyone who arrives here has a choice. There are 3 camps in the colony, and you'll have to join one of them. I'm here to show the new ones that the old camp is the best place for them.
So, where's Bullet now?
Where's Bullet now?
He and the others bring the goods from the outside world into the camp. You'll find him there. But if you plan to fight him, be careful. He's an experienced warrior.
So, is there anything else I need to know about this place?
Okay, what do I need to know about this place?
We call it the colony. You'll know already that we produce ore for the king.
Yeah.
Well, at least we do, in the old camp. There are 3 camps within the barrier. The old camp is the biggest, and it was the first.
Okay, how do I get to this old camp?
How do I get to the old camp?
You just follow this path. The old camp is the next reasonably safe-looking place you'll come across. There are a lot of wild beasts between the camps. You'd be mad to walk around without a weapon.
Where do I get a weapon?
Where do I get a weapon?
When you get to the old mine, have a look around. I'm sure you'll find something useful. The mine is easy to find. It's just a few meters along the canyon.
Oh, they use the metric system. I love it. Let's assume I want to join his people. What do I need to do? I'm assuming that refers to Gomez.
Let's assume I want to join his people. What do
Journal
I need to
entry.
do?
At the gate of the castle, you'll find a man called Thoris. Tell him Diego sent you.
Okay, Thoris. Remember that name.
Thanks for your help.
We'll meet in the old camp.
Yes, we will. Chapter 1, Welcome to the Colony, with a flattering picture of Diego walking around. And there he goes, as mysteriously as he appeared. So, I already went ahead and redid some of the controls to better fit my my habits, and I made myself a little cheat sheet to play off of. But nevertheless, it's been a long time since I played this game, and it's sort of infamous for its clunky controls. Although, like I said, you know, once you master them, they are rewarding. But it'll be a while before I get really accustomed to it, and also I may end up changing a few things on the fly if I find that some things are just really hard to work with. For the most part it looks alright, but I just don't remember a lot of like how the combat works. I believe I have to go into combat mode and then engage. But like I don't remember if the mouse clicks actually do anything, or Also, my mouse sensitivity seems a bit weird. What's this? How do I interact with stuff? Is it mouse button? Okay. Hello? What's first person view? F. Whoops. Mouse sensitivity is kind of funky. I like this first person view though. It's nice. Oh man, this game brings back so many memories. Not memories as in I remember how to play it, but memories as in just how awesome it is. Oh, ladders, of course. Oh, you have to hold the button, that's right. Hello. I'm playing it on the big screen and it looks really nice, actually. The graphics have aged well, in my opinion. How do I speak? Is it mouse? No? Maybe I can't speak to them? I don't know what... Left control for action. Doesn't do anything. Okay, well, mouse button interacts with a ladder. So I'm thinking mouse button must interact for speaking as well. But maybe I just can't talk to those guys. I don't know. Oh. Meal bug. Oh, that's how the combat worked. That's right. I'm not even gonna try to explain it to you guys. If you haven't played Gothic, you don't need to know. You don't need to worry about it. Oh man, it's been a while. Anyway, let's get the blueberries. How do you... Oh, that's right. There it is. Okay. Okay. Oh, this game. Let's go get a weapon. It's just... I guess the reason why it's a bit counterintuitive, for me at least, is because it utilizes the mouse. Almost not at all. I mean, yeah, you can use the mouse to kind of look around, but it's just so keyboard reliant. And for a 3D game, that's just not very common. It's not bad, it's just not very common. So it makes it a little, I don't want to say counterintuitive, but I guess it is. Just for what you're used to. Can I search the skeleton? No. The chest. Okay, this is another thing that's a little counterintuitive in the system, so here are my menus. How do I drag stuff over? Is it... Oh, there we go. Okay. Beer. Coins. Arrows. Whoops. Took everything. What was that? A torch? That's good to have. A pick lock. I don't know what a tumbler does. The seal must not be opened. Okay, fair enough. Could have a beer. I believe the yeah, these give you life bonus. Show me how much. Oh, 10. Okay. How do I close that? Okay. Oh yeah. This game. Like I said though, once you do get used to it, it's actually one of my favorite sort of control schemes. It's just so hard to get used to when you come off from other games like Elder Scrolls or even other third-person games, like some adventure games, you know, that might be third-person. Pickaxe. That could work as a weapon if I can figure out how to equip it. That's a nice shot of my butt. There's a pickaxe. So how do I... There it is. Oh yeah. Damage 7, required strength 5. Right, you do have attributes in this game. Let me see if I know how to access them. B. Okay, good. I remember that. Guild none, level 0, experience 0, next level 500, skill point 0. Strength is 10, so we can definitely use that pickaxe. As you can see, we're very unskilled in every aspect of the game. I don't even know if we can sneak yet. We should try it. I set mine to Z. Nope, can't sneak yet. Need to learn how to do that. But we can sidestep. In combat too, I believe. Yeah. In combat you can actually just run sideways, which is pretty handy. I don't know why you can't do it normally, but let's go get those mule bugs, teach them a lesson. Know what I'm saying? How are you missing? It's so slow. There it is. Experience plus 10. That's not bad for a mule bug. Now, if we want to loot it, we need to put our weapon away. Do that. Life bonus 4. That's not bad. It's really not that bad of a control scheme. In fact, I never said it was bad. It's just a little clunky, but the thing is, it's just where most games rely on the mouse and some keyboard, this game relies on the keyboard and some mouse. So it's different. It's definitely off-putting if you're somebody who's never played a game like this before, though, and you know, you don't know how good this game is. To like try to get used to it. But anyway, we got a weapon. He said we should follow this place until we get to the camp. I don't think we can go in here. That's a shame. That'd be cool. Yeah, the game looks good. Like I said, I haven't played it in a couple of years. So, oh, that's gotta be it. It's aged well, in my opinion. I'm not that big on graphics, anyway. I love playing old school games. Although I will say that some old school games, the graphics do bother me a bit, especially from the PlayStation era. But for the most part, they're good. Let's see if we can save a game here. Just call it save 1. Because I'm seeing some critters that we're going to need to get through here. And they can get aggressive if you get too close. Club, we want to pick that up. I want to see if it is any better than the pickaxe. Club is 5 damage. Pickaxe is how much? 7 damage, okay. I guess I'll stick with the pickaxe. That makes sense, I guess. Pickaxe looks like it would hurt.
Hey, you.
Juvenile scavenger. Let's get it. It is an action RPG, as you can see. I'm actually making those swings happen, and you have different types of swings depending on. You can block, and the block is actually really tough to master because if I hold my block, it doesn't block all the time. It resets your block. Your block only lasts about a second, as you can see there, 1.5 seconds. So you actually have to block when you need to, instead of just holding it, like a lot of games. Different swings. I think they all do the same amount of damage. I'm not sure. I don't remember how that works. Juvenile scavenger. I got some meat. I also don't remember how the spawning works in this game. If things, I think things respawn after every chapter, but they don't respawn while you're in the same chapter. So we don't have any dangers of running back into those guys again if we kill them all until the next chapter, I believe. I think that's how it works. I really don't remember. Berries. I love how they're called blueberries, but they're red. Old sword. That could be useful. Blueberries. 12. Oh, requires 10 strength, which we have. 12 damage though, that's pretty good. I say we put that on. So we do have the 10 strength, right? Yeah, we do. Does that pause the game, by the way? Good, it does. What's going on with this guy? Didn't have a good day, huh? The game does have a day-night cycle, if I remember correctly, so probably want to get to the old camp before nightfall, if we can help it. Okay, let's see if we can do this. Wasn't close enough, I don't think. Got 40 experience out of those guys though, that's pretty good. Pretty good. Got some scavenger meat. That's pretty basic enemies though. These are not at all what you can really expect in terms of opposition in this game. There's some seriously tough enemies out there. Here you can tell the graphics have aged a bit, like with the water out there. I don't know if it gets any better as you get close, but the water is a bit not so great, at least from here. But you know, graphics aren't everything, and this game is just it's a gem, really. And then the second one's just awesome. But this one is too. I enjoy this one a lot. I like the premise a lot, and just the overall experience. It's in my opinion, it's just one of those games that definitely the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. It's a Gestalt game. I don't know if that's right, actually. I'm not a psych major or anything. I just remember hearing about that. But let's go see if we can... Oh, and the water is like... It's got a current and stuff. So even though the water doesn't look that great, it's actually pretty cool the way it functions in the game. Because if I remember correctly, like... Oh, I love that. It's got a current, and I love how it makes you sort of walk through it like that. Now the ones we fought were juvenile. I don't know if these are, so we want to save the game again. Let's call it Save 2, because we're feeling creative tonight. For victory! Ooh. I'm gonna be careful when we're fighting two at once. Ow, that hurt. Get over here. Come on. Gotcha. Whew. Zoom out a little bit, I think. No, maybe not that much. There we go. Got plenty of scavenger meat on us. Got some XP under our wings now too. 180 out of 500, that's not bad. See if we can make it back to the other side. Ah, Help. Oh, can't make it up there. Is there a jump button in this? There we go.
I doubt that's ever likely to change.
Let's worry about them later. We should make our way to the old camp before nightfall. I don't want to get stuck out here at night. Geronimo! Oh, I almost blocked. Almost blocked this encanto. Hey. Thanks. But did I get experience for that one? I didn't. Well, no thanks then. Don't shoot him again. I think you get experience for the kill, not for the, not for whether you do the most damage or whether you start the fight or not, but just for the killing blow. Looks like they're taking care of some of these guys already. Hello? Hi, I'm new here.
Hi, I'm new here. How nice for you.
Yeah, that's what I would have said too. That was a really cheesy thing to say. I mean, imagine if you just walk into like this magically sealed prison and you're just like, hey, I'm new. Is that the old camp over there?
Is that the old camp over there?
No, that's the new camp. The old camp is underneath the bridge.
What? I think he's joking. I think he was just being sarcastic. Oh, check those guys out, huh? See, those guys are a little more formidable. We don't want to mess with them and their like just yet. Tumbler. I don't know if that's useful or not. I feel like these particular games, everything you pick up is useful. But I don't know. Hello. Oh.
Where do you think you're going?
To the camp.
You ain't come to make trouble, have you?
Diego says I'm to meet him in the camp. Sure, I plan on to take on the whole camp.
Diego says I'm to meet him in the camp.
Okay, in you go then.
Any news?
Any news?
Nah, everything's the same as ever.
Alright. Oops.
Any news?
Nah, everything's the same as ever.
Well, thank you.
Let's talk about something else.
Well, I think this is the old camp. Now I'm confused because that guy confused me. But I think this is it. And people, I talked to Diego and I told people that I talked to Diego and they pointed me over here. So seems like a good place to start. Oh, is that him? Oh, Diego. I'm glad I found you. Tell me something about the old camp.
Tell me something about the old camp.
It's the biggest and most powerful of the three camps. Gomez and his guys control the camp and thereby the whole ore trade. Once a month, the king sends us everything we need. We've got the old guy in our grip, you understand? He sends us wine, bread, meat, weapons, everything. You can also get some of it. All you have to do is join Gomez's people.
Fair enough. What can you tell me about this barrier?
Tell me more about the barrier.
There isn't much to tell. It's impenetrable.
What happens if I just walk out of here?
The last one who tried that reached the other side a dead man. This damn barrier lets you in, but you'll never get out of here.
If there's a way out, I'll find it.
You're already in a rush to get out of here? But you've only just arrived.
That's a good point. What about the other two camps?
What about the 2 other camps?
The 2 other camps split up to pursue their crazy escape plans. There's the new camp in the west of the colony, where the mages think they can just detonate the barrier as soon as they've scraped enough ore together. And then there's the sect loonies in the east. Their camp is in the middle of the swamp, and they're praying to their idol to set them free. He hasn't responded so far. If I were you, I wouldn't waste my time on those madcaps.
Interesting.
Take care.
I'd forgotten about a lot of this stuff. So I think this is a good spot to leave it, since this is the first video and we're just getting reacquainted with everything. But I hope you guys are excited to continue this playthrough. This is a lot of fun for me. It's sort of relearning the game, remembering a lot of stuff, and nostalgia just setting in. But this game's a lot of fun, so hopefully you'll join me again next time. And if you like this video, hit the like button. Also check out my channel and subscribe. And leave me comments and feedback. I always love to hear from you guys. And thanks for watching.